Right around the time that I hit my mid-30s, I really started to think seriously about how I could become a foster parent, but still felt like I was too young. Or really, I still had time to maybe find a husband. As I was going on different dates, conversations would naturally lead towards future plans and life goals, and I found it difficult to find someone who also wanted to be a foster parent. The time flew by and it didn't work out that way. Now I'm 39 and really ready to pursue foster parenting because there's no time like the present. So I work at WIC, which stands for Women, Infants, and Children's Program in Watts. And I also volunteered at Peace for Kids, which surprisingly is only 5 blocks away from my job. I started volunteering after I knew I wanted to learn more about working with youth in foster care. Back in February 2021, we had Olive Crest come to PCC and give an info session about how to get involved in foster care. And when Sam emailed me the application, even not the real thing, it was just the pre-application where you just needed to tell them your name and where you lived, I got cold feet. I just didn't feel ready. And so I let that email sit in my inbox for about 10 months. My biggest fear was I might not be able to afford it. And in order to foster an older child, they need to have their own room. Living in a 2-bedroom with my mother, bunking up with her was not an option. And I got discouraged at that time because I did want to foster an older child. And so I took a step back and really thought about whether I wanted to continue or how I could continue feasibly in my current home and make it work. I learned that this wasn't an impossible thing, that I could actually foster a much younger child, a child under the age of 2, if they shared a room with me. And so I made up my mind to do that. To be a foster parent of a very young child, you need to have caregivers. And fortunately, I live with my mother, who is still a very young 72, and she has the energy and the interest to help me to foster. Without her help, there would be no way for me to continue in this process. And I'm so thankful to her. Volunteering with youth in foster care on one Saturday of the month versus having a child in your house 24/7 obviously is a world of difference. And I still have a lot of fear about how that's going to look and all the sleep I might lose. But I like to think about how it'd feel to hug that child or to soothe that baby when it's crying and when it needs something, and just to be emotionally available. I don't want another 10 years to go by where I've just banked a long Netflix history, basically. I think it'll be so much more rewarding for me than all the fears that I had thinking about what could go wrong or thinking about how it would affect me. I just hope I don't cry all the time. The foster care system is complicated and complex, but there's just always a need for more families and more homes. And if I could just be one safe home for that child, then why not? I'm excited to just get the ball rolling and see where God takes my family. My name is Christine, and this is my service story.